How's it going, Nick?
Oh shit, hello.
Sorry about
Sorry.
that, sir. No worries, dude.
Wow, you have a better camera than mine. I'm jealous.
I'm sorry, man. We got my buddy Jeff here in the studio that's helping us out.
Hello, Jeff.
Jeff,
Wow.
Jeff's actually worked with you before here in San Diego at Intervention and quite a few.
The
Yeah.
pool.
Yep.
Yeah, way back when. I have a ton of photos. I'll send Anna a link if you want to look at them from like
I
11
didn't
years
use
ago.
your photo for the Lost and Found EP cover, right?
There we go. I got plenty. I'll send them.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think you might have because
Don't sue me.
no, it's all good.
It's possible.
I saw you for the first time back in 2008 at Voyeur, my friend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. So I've been.
That's early.
I know, man. It's been a while. I've been following your music for a little while now, and it's a pleasure. Thank you for doing this so much, man. And
Thank you for having me.
yeah, music
I,
is.
I would have brought my nice camera setup, but
It's all good.
this is what I got today.
Hey, that's cool. I work with Music is for Lovers, indie underground blog, record label out of here in San Diego. We also curate events. I produce myself. I'm on like Dirty Bird Records, Desert Hearts,
Oh, shit.
couple different record
I,
labels.
I love Cloud from Stroke and Dirty Bird.
Yeah, man.
They've been an inspiration for me for a very long time.
I was, when I was gonna dive into the interview, but I was gonna actually ask you that question. What was some of your inspirations? Us being an indie underground kind of record label and blog, what kind of, if you find any inspirations from the underground scene, like Dirty Bird or
Well,
Tech House, of
well,
course, right?
Are you already recording? We're recording.
I hope we are.
Oh yeah. We've
Okay, cool. We're recording.
Okay, so then this is the interview.
This is
So,
it. Thank you so much
yeah.
for joining us. Yeah,
So diving straight into that question,
if you don't mind.
no, when I started, my main influences were always Switch, Solid Groove,
Oh,
who
wow.
did the whole thing with Jesse Rose, the dub-sided label. That was one of my biggest influences. Cloud from Stroke, Dirty Bird. It's always, the thing about Dirty Bird, it's never just a track. There's always something interesting or special going on. Same thing with Chris Lake's recent work, but also back then when Chris Lake was, he did a track with Sebastien Leger called Words, which
Yeah, I
was
remember
like crossover. Green Velvet.
Oh yeah.
Green Velvet wrote a movie about how much music he put out. It's insane. And they were always interesting. Like if you listen to War on the Saints, it's such a specific thing. Shake and Pop is a completely different specific thing. So for me, those type of sounds always wrote the book for me of how do you make music? How do you make stuff that stands out? How do you make people go like, what the fuck is that? Like that
Yeah.
reaction. That's always been my necessity in my music.
I definitely have had a learning curve of trying to figure that out myself when I submit tracks to labels. They definitely ask for that. They want this track to stand out. It's got to have that something. You have a new track coming out, Hero, with David Guetta that I recently listened to that I think has
Yes.
that something.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So what do you do to try to find, like in the studio, whether it's in the studio, out of the studio, what kind of things does Afrojack do to try to come up with that something or find that inspiration?
Well, of course, I DJ. So when you DJ and you're not just playing your own records, but also using other records, mixing and matching, doing lots of mashups, it inspires you to try new things, to try different sounds. But I think the main thing is just where I came from, that I want to make it like when I'm making something, I'm not happy until it's like, what is it? Like if you cannot define it, then we got something. And of course, like Hero, this new song coming out is very definable. It's like full on EDM 2010, 2012. But the goal with this record is not just to have another record. If you look at the industry right now around the world, the general music industry, looking from a pop vision, dance music is slowly coming back. And it's very housey right now. And it's very inspired by the more down-tempo stuff. So say 120, 125 BPM, funk, disco records are coming in. But I also love big dance music. I've loved big dance music since I started, when Steve Angello, Sebastian Grosso were, before they were Swedish House Mafia, they were doing big records, like big, aggressive, wow, lots of sidechain. And I think that's also what inspired me and David at that time. I'm sure it inspired David too, because he had a lot of remixes by them and he played a lot of their records. This is talking like 2007, 2008. It's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
It's Super Mode with Tell Me Why. And we did Titanium around that time. And
I
now
remember
looking
that.
at
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, so now looking at the entire state of the world in music around the world, like for us to be able to do a record like this could potentially open the door for more music like that. Which, of course, looking from an underground perspective, the pop crossover is exactly where it should be right now. But I also love the big festival stuff, you know? And for us, we had this record for 2 years. We wanted to premiere it last year, Ultra 2020. Of course, it got canceled through COVID. But I'm happy we waited a while, because you've seen like dance music hasn't really progressed that much over the last 2 years on the pop side again. This is not looking from club perspective. This is looking from Spotify perspective.
Sure.
And I think now people are ready for something like this, and especially thinking about the festivities that are probably going to start. They're already starting in America. They're probably going to start worldwide August, September, October. And I've been reading up on economy lately, economy and history, and everyone seems to be comparing this to what happened in the 20s after the Great Depression, and the world was in a very difficult place for a long time. Of course, I don't know if this is comparable to that era. I don't know shit about that.
I understand, yeah.
I just read this. People expect for crazy festivities to happen after this is all over. I'm fucking ready. I'm a DJ. Let the festivities begin. You know,
dude,
you know
I'm fucking ready too. No, yeah, and you are not the only artist, DJ, producer that has said this. Vangelis, Echo Boy said this in the last interview. Option 4 said this in the last interview. Also, this renaissance is almost coming, and you can kind of feel it. The people that are fans of the music, as well as the musicians, all want to go back to what we love so much. And you talk about the hero track coming back to some of those earlier days in like big dance festival style music. When did you and David Guetta get together to say, hey, we should do this? Or, you know, since you wrote this track pre-COVID, how did you see this is going to be the way to go now 2 years later?
Well, we didn't know this was going to be the way it was going to go.
Sure.
But when I knew this record was for us, like we didn't write the song. Like we produced it. We didn't write the actual demo. The actual a cappella was already written by Ellie Goulding, Stargate, Jamie Scott, and Ryan Tedder, who's
awesome.
Like giant.
Yeah.
So when I had the a cappella and I made like the first demo setup, like with the chord progression and heading to a drop, it was already feeling like Titanium-esque. I'm not saying this song is going to have the same success, but just the feeling, you know, like the emotion attached to it. And I remember playing it to him, and like his eyes just went like, he has this thing where like his eyes just go like,
oh man,
like he sees it happening. And well, then it was like, okay, we got to finish this together.
That's awesome. Do you guys work in the studio? Was it remotely at that time when you guys were
No,
working
it was
on the
all
track?
remote.
Yeah.
Was all remote.
Yeah.
But he's like one of my best friends, so I text him all the time. Like we talk daily.
Sure.
So
that's how, like, man, I was actually gonna ask, like, how does that start? Because I was actually gonna ask you that question. How does something like that start with Afrojack and David Guetta? Obviously, your best friends. You know, me and my best friend Susio, we collab all the time, and then same thing, man.
It happens, you know. Like you don't even pay attention. Like, oh my God, are we collaborating now? We should write that down. No, it's like.
Were you live streaming a lot during quarantine and COVID? Were you finding yourself doing a lot of the live streams?
No, I did some. And I participated in some, but it's not it.
Yeah.
So I do it because I want to give something to the fans, but it's not it.
Yeah.
We're doing now for Hero, like for everyone who pre-saves, you can win a private Zoom session. We're doing it this Thursday.
Nice.
I don't know when this is going out, but so you can win, and I'm going to be DJing on Zoom.
Yeah.
And we're going to put a big ass TV next to the camera so I can actually see the people.
That's
so
awesome.
This is going to be the first time I'm really like playing for a lot of people at the same time, and at least I can see their faces.
I saw Fatboy Slim kind of did something like that. Not as big on the TV, but he had some fans showing up next to him while he was playing, and they loved it, man. Interacting.
Yeah, for me that's it's a start. It's a start, but I cannot wait to like, you know, the thing is with this music, we make it for big sound systems. We want to play this on 100 decibels with a gigantic line array at live with the people. You want to feel the energy.
Yeah.
You both want to make the bass face at the same time. We're like, oh my God. Like we want to have this experience together.
Sure.
That's what dance music is about.
Did you
So
so during COVID or quarantine, were you, I mean, besides the hero track, were you also producing a lot of different like sounds? Were you experimenting with different sounds at all because you had the time to do so, a lot more studio time?
yes, but I think most of the time I spent was working on this very different thing, uh, establishing a tighter connection within my team. So I've always had a great team, but I'm so used to being touring and they handling shit on ground that was always the standard. And now I notice, like when we were closer together and being able to work on the same time, like even being in the same time zone, changed so much. So now we see each other on a regular basis, and now we're basically aware that we could be doing so much more, not just as an artist, me Afrojack, but like as a team, to do more for fans, to give more opportunities to fans, to do better shows, to do bigger shows, to do more special stuff, to do more special interviews. Like what now, right now, what we're doing is not the standard in our industry. The standard in our industry is you send the press release, and if anyone wants to ask you some shit, they send some questions, and you send some answers, and you go, fuck you, bye.
Right.
Because artists are lazy. I don't think this is the standard because artists are lazy. I think this is the standard because this is just how the world works. And right now, with the team that I have, like I really feel like we're easily able to change this standard. And that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're challenging. Even with this press run we're doing, we don't do emails. We're not going to send you email answers. We will take the time. We will make the time to talk to you, because me talking to you is not just me giving you some airtime. It's giving the fans an actual understanding of what the fuck is going on in my head.
Sure.
You cannot understand that from 5 written questions, which I can think about 3 days what I'm going to answer, or maybe my publicist does it. So
I think it's, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been really focusing on that, getting the best out of my team, getting everyone as comfortable as possible, and seeing how we can, get 1,000% out of the same effort we're putting in. And I think it's easy. I just think it's a mindset.
I would totally agree with you on that. And I think it's so fucking cool that you decided to even talk with someone that's like Music is for Lovers, because a lot of our community, you know, are going to be like, holy shit, there's Afrojack on Music is for Lovers, but they're going to be so stoked to see you and see what you've been up to, because they might not have been following Afrojack. They might have been
I'm sure there also might be some people like, what the fuck is Afrojack doing on Music is for Lovers?
Right, but I love everything, so I'm fucking cool with internet. Like, I was like, yes, let's do this shit right away, for sure. And especially because I respect you so much as a music producer also, man. So I think a lot of what I think maybe my last question, because we might be running out of time, I don't know. What do you have planned for, you know, what do you want to see when you go back to playing shows? I mean, obviously we want to play shows again, but you talk about doing things different, differently with your team, or really working closer together as a team. What do you guys have planned, or what do you have for the future as a team that you're really looking to maybe change or do something differently when we start playing shows again?
So yeah, I have 2 things I want to touch up before we close this.
Please do.
One, like you said, the shows that are coming. One of the things that made me realize giving fans a better experience, like, why do I only spray champagne when I feel like? So I haven't been spraying champagne for a while, but like, sure, why would I do it at this show and then not the other show? And maybe the people that buy the ticket and they get to see me once every 3 years, like, oh, he didn't spray champagne though. Maybe we're not partying hard enough. Like, you can do more with the show. Like, I'm not gonna throw cakes.
Okay.
But I do have to appreciate Steve's effort into making every show as epic to his vision as possible.
Sure.
And I feel I could do that too. Like, putting focus to making sure I play the hit record, making sure I put in the effort to touch upon everything that a fan could possibly want to see of a show. Making sure that the visuals line up with the lighting when I play a new song, because I sent the song to my team before and I have a Zoom call with them about it, what we should do with the lights. It's like, I didn't used to do this, and I know some artists do it, but I also know shitloads of artists don't do shit. Just, I'm gonna play this new song. They don't tell shit to their production team, right, and they just like, figure it out. It doesn't matter. It's about music. But it's not just about the music, it's about the experience. So that's how we got into making this shit better. And what we're doing is just we spend a lot of time together. I read a lot of books. The books I read, I send to them. Just talk and aim for like I say, aim for the moon. Like aim for the moon, and we're gonna end up maybe at top of a skyscraper. But if we end up at the top of a house, you're never gonna reach fucking skyscraper. So let's go here, look here, and see what's realizable along the way.
Sure.
So that's really the team effort thing. Other thing I wanted to touch up about, seeing where music is for lovers. I have a Capuchon alias, which I had for 12 years, but I didn't start using it really until a year ago. We started the label, and we started putting out the music that I've been sitting on for years.
Is that Wall Records you're speaking?
No, Capuchon Records.
Capuchon Records, okay.
Yeah. And that basically stemmed from I've been signing people. I've been signing DJs and producers for a long time. Like Rehab Quintino back in the days. Right now we have Chico Rose, who's touching about 300 million streams. He had a few number ones on 1001 track list, so he's like growing.
Wow.
And for me, it was like, if I can put all this effort in all to these young artists that are up and coming, why would I not put the same type of effort in my own passion, which is house music? Like, why not try to actually build it? And now we started building it, and I got some grounds. There's Alda Events, a very big events company from Holland, who gave me they gave me my first official Capuchon show. They booked me. Like, they literally booked me. And so big shout out to Gerben for that, because I didn't say like book me, I'm like available for bookings. It's just I didn't even think about it. It was just I'm putting out music. So they're really helping me with that. So that's happening. And we're looking to sign more artists and producers, DJs and producers. So right now we've been growing. Actually, there's one sitting here now, Chesner sitting here, who just re-signed.
Sick.
And yeah, he's going to be with us for a long time, and he's growing. How many streams you have now?
Total about 40, 50 million.
Dang,
50 million.
dude.
And we started, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
It's quick shit.
Yeah,
Chico
for sure.
signed 4 years ago, and he has 300 million now. So like, it grows. And the reason I wanted to say this, I'm also talking, I'm not talking a lot. We did a deal with Black V-neck a while ago.
Oh man, I love Black V-neck.
Yeah, they're fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
To me, they are like walking that line between underground, and my grandma also gets it.
Oh, big
That's
time.
what I love about them. The sound is so fat and tight and perfect.
I play the
And,
fuck out of their music still. I play even some of their older
Me
releases from
too.
Dreamer, yeah.
like every Afrojack set, I play at least 3 of their songs, and every Capuchon set, I play at least 3 of their songs. It's
Sick.
fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
So to me, they're like the next big thing. And like I said, like we're open. So any producers or DJs watching this, send a portfolio to demo@wallrecordings.com, and I'm gonna check it out, because I'm looking for more people to grow with. This is one thing I really have been missing from the old days. I used to have a jacked tour through America,
Yeah,
like
I remember that.
2012
Yeah.
to 15. And it was just so fucking crazy. But we were all in the same boat. Now I can do a tour like that again with guest artists, but if they're not in the same boat, they just come, they get their paycheck, and they do their thing and they leave. And I love the idea of being a family and just building shit together and going to the moon together. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love my position and I love that I'm able to play all these festivals. But after 10 years of playing Mainstage Ultra, which I am very thankful for, there's nothing greater than being able to give that stage to someone for the first time. Because like that first experience you can give to someone, like you basically see their brain explode. It's completely unreal. So that for me is more special than just maintaining my own career. So that's really my main focus for the next years, is just to keep collaborating and growing as a team.
That's fucking awesome. I literally love every single thing that you said, because as an up-and-coming artist myself, that's refreshing to hear that from Afrojack.
Well, if you're not signed to a label,
Right.
wait.
Nah, man, I'm all, it makes me want to run home right now and get on my Mac and send you some new music as an up and coming producer, because that's aspiring. I wish I
Don't
can
send it.
eventually.
You're in touch with Marika and Anna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so send it. They can forward it to me. I'll listen.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man, a lot. I just think it's going to be so fucking cool for also other artists and producers that see this interview, because they are up and comers that are going to be like, holy shit, somebody like Afrojack's like willing to work with up and coming producers like that and artists. That's a breath of fresh air, because a lot of people don't see that or hear about that or have the, know that they,
The funny thing is, I used to be signed to David. So David gave me a shot back 11 years ago,
Sick.
12 years ago, 2009, 10. And he said, like, let's work together. And he like set up a deal for me. So I was signed to him for 5 years. But David, we're different people.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. So he wanted to do it with me. And I think he did it with Nikki and maybe with Brooks. And like 3 people. For me, it was like, wait, if this is possible within this industry where everyone is always speaking of hate and managers and everyone being greedy, and we had such a loving relationship and we're still working together, I want to make this the standard. I want to make this the industry standard. We can all work together and grow together. And that really inspired me to start Wall Artist Development and to start signing people and trying to create a new system within the current system where we can all have fucking fun together and get drunk and party.
Yeah, dude. I'm for that, man. I think that's fucking awesome.
Me too.
Thank you, guys. We need to wrap up.
Yeah, no, Nick, thank you so much, Afrojack, man. I appreciate the hell out of you joining me today, even though it's for a short amount of time, and hopefully we can talk again someday in the future.
I hope so.
My name again is Mitch Dodge. If you're ever in San Diego, man, hit me up. Hit us up. We're always out here.
I will, definitely.
All right, brother.
Nice
Good
to meet
talking
you.
to
Thank you.
too, sir.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.